Morning. It's time for the news. Beer of the day is morning coffee. Where's my microphone at? Here it is. Oh, let me get this thing clipped on. Oh. There, that'll probably sound a little better. Today is a little dreary, has been for the last couple days. Raining, cloudy. That's good. This is the rainy season starting. And I see my very first early love bug on the screen net here. Love bug season here, by the way, is May and September. So that one's out a little early. He won't be finding anything. News. Villager awarded Purple Heart in Vietnam, forced to tear out driveway extension. This has been going on for a while. I kind of feel for the guy, I really do. Him and his wife both are disabled and they have a hard time getting in and out of their car. I think one of them is in a wheelchair. So what he done, he has a patio villa, and what he done on each, I think on each side or maybe one side of his driveway, he added some concrete. Let me see if I can show it here. See if you can see it. This is starting to turn into a catastrophe. I got the microphone on. Well, I swear, first time I tried to do this, I didn't have the microphone hooked on. Second time I done this, I had the microphone on, but it wasn't plugged into the camera. And then the first half, I was talking about a guy's driveway and whatever, and I got into a big explanation as to what happened there. But I changed the setting on the camera, and then this camera shut off. Man, let's see if we can't get some more of this news on here. Here we go. A couple in the villages said that they are ready for a David and Goliath battle over the little white cross. Wayne and Bonnie Anderson of the village of Tamarind Grove said they thought it was an April Fool's joke when a court summons was delivered to their door indicating they are being sued. And not only a sad day, but a dangerous day. Right at the height of the village's self-quarantining over the COVID-19 virus outbreak. The village's officials are sending out servers to people's doors. He said the suit alleges that the display of the cross is a violation of the deed restriction. He says that's contrary to Florida law and federal law, which says reasonable displays of ornaments on homeowners' private property is allowed and can't be prohibited without just cause. That's not necessarily true. Federal law doesn't tell every state what to do. State laws, in most cases, I'm going to say something here that everybody's going to disagree with, or maybe most of you will. In most cases, state law supersedes federal law. I'm going to prove it by using just one example. I can use several examples that I personally know of, but I'll just use one. Federal law says the selling of marijuana, basically, is against the law. You can't do it. Colorado says, yes, you can. So the state law of Colorado superseded the federal law. And I'm sure the federal law, somebody in there threw something in there saying, well, if you go ahead and allow the sale of marijuana in your state, we're going to take back the highway funding from your state. I'm sure that probably happened, something like that. But Colorado said, it's legal in our state. And it's legal in that state till this day. So state law superseded over federal law. The suit also alleges the Andersons agreed to the deed restrictions when they moved here. They admit they signed the contract, but did not know that the deed restrictions in that contract was against the law. It's not against the law. He has attorneys and things that write up them contracts. So anyway, I see what you're doing, but only thing I got to say is good luck. Let me see what we're looking at here. Applying the homeowner display orange telling the next door neighbors they cannot is called selective enforcement. They're not doing that. That's just what he says. This is what he said, they said. And this is also against the law. No, there ain't no law against that. The court have ruled it's one law for everyone. No, they have not. I don't know where he gets all this information. Not for a select few. The law does say the law has to apply to everyone to be just. The Andersons claim they have tried to work this out. The side says, no, you have not. I have been following this story. They have told you that cross has got to come out of your yard. You're not the only one they've told that to. They've literally told, I don't even know how many people, but I'm just going to say 100 people that I know of, at least. There have been more than one newspaper ad. There have been more than one article written about this. And to play dumb to it is, you just can't do that. For those of you who haven't seen what we're talking about, let me see if I can show it. You see that little right cross right there? In its flower bed. That's what they're arguing about. Do I think it's stupid? I think it's asinine that we spend so much money on such a little bitty thing that doesn't amount to anything. But I do see the point. I don't want somebody from a Mideastern country buying a home next door to me and flying a flag of that country next door to me. But if you say it's okay to have a flag in your yard for one homeowner, then it's okay to fly a flag in your yard to other homeowners. So if you can put a cross up in this guy's yard for his religious rights, then if I believe in voodooism, which is a religion in this country, it's on the book, then should I be allowed to display stuff in my front yard for voodooism? I mean, it's just a question. Local sheriff's office is producing protective masks. Somebody's going to have to. I mean, everybody keeps talking about they're going to come down with an order saying you have to have a mask. Well, unless they give me one, I don't have one. And if I have to go outside this house to go shopping for one, then I'm in violation right away, ain't I? Sumter County announces closure of villages' facilities due to the virus. It's not talking about the amenities here. Sumter County don't have any say-so about our amenities, what's open and what ain't open. They're talking about the court. In case you guys haven't ever seen it, there's our county, right there, with the gold dome. That's where you go get your license plates transferred and all that kind of stuff. And believe it or not, that is golf cart accessible. I've had my golf cart there. It's next to the Pinellas Shopping Center. Forecaster predicting active Atlantic hurricane season. I hope not. Villagers react to decision to shut down pickleball courts. That happened, I don't know, a couple weeks ago when they shut the pickleball courts down. It says here, who in their right mind left them open this long? What? Shut down the pickleball courts, of course, the concerns, left them open this long. They all touch the balls they are using. Great way to transmit the virus. I'm amazed about how many experts we got on the coronavirus all of a sudden. A virus nobody ever heard of. Now all of a sudden everybody's an expert. And he has a friend who has gone back home up north and he now has the virus. Does that mean he got it on the pickleball court? I don't know. People in their reasoning sometimes is beyond me. 83-year-old villager living with grandson accidentally starts the house on fire. This is the guy that had the druggy daughter that she somehow, some way got him kicked out of his own house. And then he got back in there. He got custody of his grandson. At the time, I think he was like 12. She is now gone. He's living in the villages with a 12-year-old full-time. A 12-year-old. Children are not allowed to be here any more than 30 days per calendar year. Now, this is on the historic side. Once again, we're talking about deed restrictions, and I don't know what they are up there. He's like District 2 or 1, somewhere way up there. So he may not be in violation, but I think he is. Those people up there have been complaining about it, and rightfully so. They've been taking their complaints to the developer himself and his offices because they're in control of what's called internal deed restrictions, up to which, as far as I know, nobody here has ever heard of that. internal deed restriction. I can do whatever I want inside my house. I can tear a wall out. I can paint. I can do whatever I want. So I don't understand what's going on there. It's just nice to know that if something does happen, that you have an office somewhere that's going to at least look into the matter. And it sounds like in this situation, the offices aren't doing anything. Man claiming to have coronavirus arrested after spitting at ambulance crew. Somebody ought to punched him, just knocked his lights out. Suspect sought in theft of bicycle at Lake Sumter Landing. You gotta be careful, man. There are thieves around here. You just can't, I hate to say it, retirement community or not, you gotta be careful. I'm gonna show you this picture. It talks about the senior hours, like at Walmart or grocery stores. Somebody took a picture of inside the store, basically I think this is about the one-way rows going, everybody has to be going the same direction in an aisle. Let me see if I can find it. Come on. My phone's really slow today. Anyway, let's see if I can show you that picture right here. Oops. Can you see it? Very well, right here. You see how everybody's lined up going down the aisles? See how they're all lined up going down the aisles right here? Everybody's going one way. Okay, that's the best I could do. That's something a little different, I think. Somebody in the village, his wife had to take him to the emergency room because he shot his finger off. I don't think that guy should have a gun. And this is about the third time I've seen this. Talks area residents warned about text message scam connected to coronavirus. I get messages all the time about stuff. I just delete them. One of them is on Amazon. It's a scam if I ever seen one. I get this thing from Amazon all the time saying, my credit card's been put on hold. Please go to whatever channel they have on this link and fill out this information so we can put your account back in active again. Activate your account again or something like that. All that's about is getting my credit card information, ain't it? I delete them. I usually send a copy to Amazon to take care of it, and then they'll disappear for a while, and then eventually another one comes. Listen, if you don't know that address, if you don't know exactly, when you get a scam like that on Amazon, here's a quick thing that I do. I'll get a thing saying your Amazon account's been put on hold for this or that reason. First thing I do, before I get out of that message, I go to my Amazon account page. I bring it up. There's nothing on there. Everything is fine. If I had any kind of a problem with my Amazon account, it would be on that account. And there's nothing on there. There's no warning, there's no anything. And so those are all scams to get information from you. Don't fall for them. A woman claiming to have coronavirus arrested after coughing in paramedic's face. So we've had somebody spit in a paramedic's face. Now we have a lady coughing in a paramedic's face. What's the matter with these people? Okay, that's enough news for right now. I don't want this to go too long. So with that being said, I'm going to say stay safe. Do what you got to do. We all have to eat. We got to get out once in a while. I'm not under arrest. Remember this. Whenever they say you're under quarantine, quarantine is for those that are sick. If you're healthy and they say you can't go outside, that's imprisonment. So I'm not sick. So I'm not under any kind of quarantine. So with that being said, see you guys on the other side.